Salve Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. After Jesus had spoken, a Pharisee invited him to dine at his home. He entered and reclined at table to eat. The Pharisee was amazed to see that he did not observe the prescribed washing before the meal. The Lord said to him, "O you Pharisees, although you cleanse the outside of the cup and the dish, inside you are filled with plunder and evil. You fools, did not the maker of the outside also make the inside? But as to what is within, give alms, and behold, everything will be clean for you." The Gospel of the Lord.
The Gospel this morning reminds us that sometimes things are not always what they seem. This gospel passage reminded me of a time I went to a prayer meeting, and the prayer meeting had started, and just as things were starting to get praying, this guy walks in, and he looks like he just came off the streets, homeless. And so everybody was kind of looking at them and at him, and they were wondering, okay, what's this guy doing here? Why he doesn't belong here? And people were getting a little nervous. And then he took off his jacket, which was pretty tattered, and he put it on the back of the chair. And on his T-shirts it said, "Jesus lives here." Turns out he was a laborer. And he got off the job site late, but he really wanted to make the prayer meeting. And so he came as he was, hoping that everyone would accept him as he was. And it turns out that everybody did actually accept him as he was after they realized who he was on the inside. Jesus is always vigilant about the Pharisees. You clean the outside of the cup, so on the outside they look really good. The Pharisees are a caricature of what we could seep into. You clean the outside of the cup. On the outside, the Pharisees look really good. But Jesus says this about them because he can see their heart. He can see their soul. On the inside, you are filled with plunder and evil. It gives you the alert that not all religious people are without fault. And many times, Pharisees had kind of a political role to play in the Jewish culture. So one could say they might have been dirty politicians, some of them anyways. And Jesus calls them out on this. The plunder means goods and money that are obtained illegally. In other words, these Pharisees were very selfish and self-centered. They wanted everything. But Jesus says to them, "But as to you, what is in you, give alms." In other words, he's telling them that you have to stop making it about yourself, but you need to care about others and care for them and be merciful. And so rather than exploiting and extorting, he's challenging these Pharisees to repent and be merciful to those who are in need. That's what almsgiving is, to be merciful to someone. It's also a challenge for all of us that to remember on the inside, we must be carrying Jesus so that we can always have a understanding that we should not be thinking about only me, but we should be thinking about others who have needs.
Regina Celi, letare